Alright guys, what's up? It's Patrick here, and today I'm doing a video I never thought I'd be doing on this channel, but I've been watching a lot of this YouTuber named Luna recently, and pretty much he does these storytime videos, and I thought that in inspiration of him, I would actually start my own storytime video series, which is probably going to last a long time, so let's get right into this. So this story starts when I was in, I'd say, grade 4, and I was really young at the time. And at this time, I had a BMX bike. Okay, now you're probably wondering, well, what does a BMX bike have to do with this story? Well, this actually has a lot to do with this story. Okay, now I had a GT bike back then. It was just a small BMX, and I'd go and I'd hit jumps at this skate park that we had. Now, this isn't the skate park that's next to my house now. I don't normally go there. I've hit a jump there like literally 3 times, but I don't normally go to that one now. I used to go to one a while ago that was downtown, and you couldn't even say that I hit the jumps there. I'd like go over them, and I'd get no air whatsoever. I think like the most air I've gotten there was probably like 1 second. Okay, so this is around the time where I hit my first jump. I was feeling pretty confident this day. You know, my parents were just gone on a walk for a little bit. I think I was like left with my aunt. Okay, but sometimes I just get left there with a bunch of my family or with my cousins. This time, uh, I had parents there, but I was with my cousins, so they just all left. My aunt was going to supervise us, but they trusted my cousin. Okay, so me and my cousin, we're just hanging out there, you know. We weren't doing much at first. When these group of people come over, they're like, I'd say, literally like 6 at the time. Now, I was 4, so I was like 9, maybe even 8. And yeah, I didn't know much, okay? I didn't say anything to these kids, but I don't know if they were up to any good. They were 6, what could they do, okay? But then the next 5 minutes go by. Me and my cousin were just hitting these jumps, and then, well, I lay my bike down for a little bit, okay? And this is the part of the story that really makes me mad. So I get a drink of water, and I run over to the washroom. My cousin says, okay. Now my cousin, he was listening to music at the exact same time we were hitting these jumps. He just had his earbuds out for a little bit because he was also taking a little break. So I'm assuming he went back to hitting the jumps, because when I came back he was hitting the jumps. Okay, but let's just say I went into the washroom, and I look out the window, you know, to see what everybody's doing. I see the kids now. They weren't on the skate park at first. They were hanging down by the little fence there. They're now inside of the skate park thing, so I'm like, okay, it's fine. They're probably just walking out there. So, you know, I go to the washroom, just do what I have to do. I get out, and what do I find? My bike is just completely gone. It's nowhere to be found. Just completely gone. Now, I don't. I was a kid, okay? I didn't know who would have taken it, okay? But my cousin didn't see it because he was listening to music, and I'd say he was probably hitting a ramp at the time that this was happening. Because you know, he was like, the skate park was big, so he was probably on the other side, because he doesn't like socializing with people he doesn't know, unless he's making fun of them. But anyway, so my cousin said, I swear your bike was just here a minute ago. So then I look, and I see one of the kids now. Guess what he's doing? He's riding a bike. So I look over at the bike. I couldn't see the logo, though, because I swear to God, he was like, his friends were covering it up just so I couldn't see, which is most likely what they were doing. That'd make a lot of sense. So I walk over to them, and I said, hey, can I see what bike you got? One of them just says, screw off. And I said, no, I want to see what bike you got. So like, oh, my cousin gave it to me a month ago. I was like, okay. And if I was like, and at the time, my family still does this. They put my name on like every single part of the bike, okay? So I already seen there was a sticker with my name on it that was half scratched off, so he was trying to scratch it off. But this was a big sticker. Like, this was a hard one to get off. So my last name was only half scratched off, and I said, what's that name on it? And he said, oh, that's my cousin's name. He never ended up taking it off. I've been trying to get it off for the past month now. And I said, Yeah. And after that, one of them said, Cameron, let's go. And I was like, I just knew immediately then that like they had taken my bike. So it was like, okay, I want my bike back. And they were like, what do you mean? Well, they weren't standing on it. Keep that in mind. One was riding off for a little bit, and after he just got off of it. And I was like, so what was your friend doing riding on the bike? And after he's like, oh, I was just you know, I was just riding it. I just wanted to see what it felt like. I was like, oh, well, anyway, can I try and go for a ride on it? And the kid's like, no, I don't want you to. I was like, come on, man, just let me go for a quick pedal on it. I want to try and hit a jump on it. And at this point, we were like 15 feet away from the skate park, and yeah, he was like, okay, oh, okay, fine. So he hands me over the bike, and he knew the second I got on it. Okay, I stood on the bike, and I just gave him a smirk, and he just knew. He just knew. Okay, guys. He looked at me, and he was like, "Actually, no, I want it back now." And I was like, "Yeah, you shouldn't let somebody borrow your bike next time you steal one." And after that, he was like, "Come on, give it back." And after I was like, "No." So I just rode over to the skate park. His group of friends chasing after me. These kids were only 6. Keep that in mind. Like, I swear to God, they were 6. And I said, "How old are you, kid?" And he says, "I don't have to tell you." And then after that, so my aunt comes over. I leave with her. And I'm not even kidding. This kid just screams out, "Stranger danger." And I just look at this kid. I'm just thinking to myself, what are you doing? Okay? So then, like some time's passed now. We get in the car. We board my bike into here. And my aunt's like, what was that all about? And I was like, oh, so I have a long story to tell you. And I ended up telling her the story. And she's like, okay, next time that happens, just let me know. And she just gave me a smile. I was like, oh. And I said, what are you going to do, Nan? She was like, I don't know, just nothing. And my Nan's like 80 years old, okay? It wasn't my aunt. My aunt, my Nan, my mom, my dad were there. It wasn't my aunt, it was my Nan who said that. But yeah, guys, I hope you all enjoyed. Um, this was a funny situation. I have a lot more bike stories. But I hope you all enjoyed. This video is releasing on a Wednesday. It's a Tuesday right now, if you couldn't tell. And yeah, I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.